All right, so this is a bit of a picture problem, word problem, so I decided to go over it just so it doesn't freak you guys out. So the inside of each glass is shaped like a cone. Which glass can hold more liquid? How much more? Okay, so this is really kind of hard to see, but these are kind of those weird, like, glasses that have two layers, if that makes sense. So you can vaguely see, like, the inside of the glass is a cone shape, even though it's housed inside of a cylinder. Okay, so we have to find the shape of a cone, or the volume of a cone. We have to find the volume of each of these glasses, and then we have to figure out which glass can hold more and how much more. So I kind of went through and I said, okay, volume of glass A, volume of glass B, and then difference between the two volumes to help you out. Now, you've got to read carefully because if you look at these pictures, you'd probably think they're cylinders, but I'm telling you, it's a cone inside of a cylinder, which is really kind of trippy. Okay, so it's like those little like cone-shaped cups you get out of like a little water fill station thing. Anyway, okay, so for glass A, or we'll call it cone A because it's actually the cone inside of glass A, okay, we need to figure out the height and the radius. And then we're solving for the volume. So it's going to be question mark centimeters cubed. Okay, based on the picture, the height is 8 and the radius, the height is 8 and the radius is 4. Okay, so we can go ahead and find the volume of that based on the cone formula. So the volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared times h, and then we just have to plug in what we know. So I have 1/3, I know pi, r squared is 4 squared, times h is times 8, and then I can plug that in to my calculator and figure out what that is. So 1/3 times pi times 4 squared times 8. Hit the little arrows. In my calculator, I got 134.04 centimeters cubed because it's volume. So that's the volume of cone A, okay, or the cone inside glass A. Okay, then we have to figure out the volume of cone B, so I'll do that in a different color. Cone B. Okay, again, we have to know the radius. Sorry, we have to know the height, we have to know the volume. Question mark centimeters cubed. The height of cone B is 10 and the radius is 3. Why I wrote those backwards, I don't know, sorry. So I get volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times h. Then I just plug in what I know. 1/3 pi times, I wrote r equals r, that's really helpful. 3, there we go. Times 3 squared times 10. And then you let your calculator do the work. So 1/3 times pi times 3 squared times 10. Hopefully I did all that right. I'm sure you guys will correct me if I made a mistake. There we go. So the volume is 94.247, so 25 centimeters cubed. Okay, now I do have these little spots ready for you. So the volume of really the cone in glass A was 134.04. The volume of the cone in glass B was 94.25. So the difference between the two, what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, glass A is bigger, okay, because it has a bigger volume, or cone A really is bigger. Cone A is bigger. And then we have to say how much bigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bigger one, which is glass A, so 134.04, and I'm going to subtract the smaller one from it, and then we'll find the difference. Okay, so the difference between these two is 39.79. Okay, so if you imagine like the different size cups at Quick Trip, okay, there's a bigger one and then there's a smaller one, and the difference is how much fits in the bigger one that doesn't fit in the smaller one. So basically 40 ounces, cone A is 40 ounces larger, or 40 centimeters cubed larger. Okay, so that is problem G. I'm going to do one more video with problem I.